Hello and welcome to Mini Tips and Tricks number 2 for milliners. Um, in this series of videos on mini tips, we're working on a fascinator, and I'm teaching people who have no millinery experience some hints and tips on how to finish little hat projects from the beginning to the end. So we will go to trimmings basically and help you understand what's going on. So last time the video ended teaching you how to make a blanket stitch, and as you can see, this here is what they call a blanket stitch. Okay, these little scallopy type of stitches in contrasting colors to my cinnamon, which is 2 layers of orange to 1 black. Today what I'm going to do is show you how to use Petersham ribbon or Grosgrain to lay it across the wire to hide the multitude of sins of stitches that we have there. So now you realize that also the color that you use to attach the wire to the cinnamon is not important if you're going to use Petersham ribbon. The only time when it becomes extremely crucial is if you're going to use basically a ribbon of cinnamon of this material cut on the bias and folded in 2 halves to make you know, a matching and complementary ribbon, cinnamon ribbon around your item. So I haven't quite decided what kind of decoration I'm going to use to do this, but I will say to you that you basically handle feathers just about the same way you would handle flowers, you know, artificial flowers that you buy to put on the wire and put there. So I'm thinking that maybe flowers would be more likely. So to actually work with Petersham ribbon on the fascinator, this one is 1.5 centimeter wide. You can go up to 2 centimeters wide only to do this type of work. Okay, the reason why it has the scallops there is because that way it can actually follow the shape of whatever it is you've cut to make your fascinator, be it heart, squares or rounds, circles, and just lay flat. Especially after you finish, do it during your stitching by firmly stitching it properly, and then when you iron, then it lies even flatter because it just stays in place, and that's that. For the inside of a hat, if you're making hats, then I would suggest that your sweatband should be from 2.5 centimeters wide to about 3 centimeters wide in there. The inside of your hats can have lining or no lining. It depends what it is that you are actually doing. Not every design of hat needs a lining, although obviously the type of lining you have and the way the quality of your work also commands the amount of money that people are willing to pay. Anyway, to lay this ribbon carefully across, what you need to do is hold it the way I am. I'm using my pinky to hold this Petersham ribbon quite firmly whilst pulling on it, and then I use my 2 guiding fingers here to make sure that I've got it resting perfectly well, okay, across the wire frame, and then just do a straight stitch. So as you see the scallops, try and put your needle as close as possible to the end scallops. Every 2 to 3 will be good enough for discreet stitching. I'm using nylon thread because the good thing about nylon thread is that it saves you money because it complements all sorts of colors. You could use cotton thread, but obviously it has to match the color of your Petersham ribbon, so it is your stitches are less visible to the naked eye when you do that. This fold over point here will signal the back of the fascinator that we're making, and you might wonder why on something so small, so circular, you need to have a back or front. Well, it is actually relevant for when you start to put in your trimmings. You don't want this to be prominently across your face, so that people are sort of like are fascinated by this split that they see in your design. So it has to go to the back of your head, whilst all the decor goes at the front. And if you're very good at what you do, then even the decors that you will do towards the back of this fascinator piece will actually cover, discreetly cover, this seam line that you will have um, on your fascinator. So a running stitch is just a straight stab in and out, in and out. It's almost like stitching the button, you know, without too much of the fuss. So it's just in and out, in and out. I would strongly suggest that you use a dressmaker's needle to actually accomplish this job instead of a milliner's one, because the milliner might be a bit too long, you know, the milliner's needle. So the dressmakers, which is standard here, actually can help you do this quite nicely. So if you carry on doing this, and then when you get to the end of your project, you fold over one more time and then lay it flat, nice and neatly. Then you finish, then knot up your project. Then I will see you for tip number 3, which will be doing the trimmings. You take care. Thank you. Bye.